Greetings and salutations, Tube Dwellers. Welcome back to Heart of the Swarm! I'm going to bring you another placement match, my fourth placement match specifically, against this gentleman right here, Observer, a Zerg player. This will be another Zerg versus Zerg. Weird, 2 ZVPs in a row, now 2 ZVZs in a row. And he is Diamond. Oh, joy. We're actually looking at his profile after the fact. I played this game yesterday. So this isn't, you know, I'm sure he's got a couple more games under his belt since then, but the general idea. And I keep forgetting, it actually shows you this loading screen when you're going into the match. And that shows you right there that he is in Diamond, and even shows his rank. So here we go. Wow, casting from replay. This has been a minute. This might take a little getting used to. We have yourself, or myself, I should say, in the bottom left corner. Mr. Madbag, race picking Zerg, as you all well know, Observer. In the bottom right, also picking Zerg. I like this little icon he's got here. That's pretty spiffy. So far it looks like no early shenaniganery, none of that cheese aggression I talked about a little bit in the last episode. So we're looking at giving the Overlord probably at least a 14 pull out of each of us. Oh, and what's this? That looks like a scout. That could very well be. Yep, sure enough. It's on the left side of the ramp going out. That means it's going to go out towards the Naturals ramp and out across the map. I do want to note that I did get yet another new mouse. I know I said this recently in a couple of my videos. My mouse crapped out on me, and I had to do like an emergency buy mouse. I actually went to Best Buy first, and Best Buy did not have very many mice to choose from. Not even like cheap mice to choose from. Oh, and that's interesting. He actually went real high with that drone. He went out above the Zelnaga watchtower. He went out above any potential Overlord path. And it looks like it's coming over here to check my natural out. He's a little early still for if I would be doing a 15 hatch. It wouldn't quite be going out there yet, but that means he could block it if I tried a 15 hatch. And it looks like he's going to whip out his pool and his gas at similar timings to my pool and my gas. Of course, seeing that my gas is done first, I got it first. I got it before the pool. He got his gas after the pool. So that'll put me ahead on the ling speed research, so long as I remember to queue it on time, which may or may not happen. Given that this happened yesterday, I do not remember the minute details. Anyway, as I was saying, Best Buy mouse selection. Terrible. I went to Walmart. I got a mouse from Walmart. I've been using that for like the last 3 or 4 days, and oh my god. I want to Ralph all over myself. I just want to Ralph all over my desk. I want to like smack my hands down in it, play patty cake, just throw it all over the place. That's how that mouse makes me feel about myself. I got a SteelSeries mouse though. I actually got a spine crawler, an offensive spine crawler. He saw that I'm not doing a 15 hatch, so he decides to offensively spine crawler. Now this is a little ill-timed. He does get a pretty good reaction out on me, so I think this becomes a wash. The amount of time he wasted with these 3 drones up here, probably about paid for that 25, well, it was a 25 mineral discount. It was a total of a 75 mineral deficit plus whatever it cost this drone to be out. So I don't know. I'm neutral on that play. Wasn't really a bad idea, wasn't a good idea. My Zerglings were about perfectly timed to deny it, probably even without my drone interaction. Better safe than sorry, especially if you think you might still be in a league where you're being placed and the skill could be lower than yours, although I don't know. Diamond is probably about where I would put my Zerg, at least after a couple days of play. Anyway, back to mouse story. Walmart also sucked, but I had to get a mouse. I can't not have a mouse for like 3 days. That's literally impossible. It's way too much a part of my lifestyle. I spend a lot of time on the I'd still be on a computer anyway, because I work in IT, so I'd still be working on a computer all day long. But I ordered one. I ordered one online, and I just got it today. It is a SteelSeries Sensei, and I actually got the Sensei Raw version. It's a cheaper version of the mouse, to put it bluntly, but it lacks some features, some pretty cool features. If I was a marketing rep, I'd be telling you how stupid I am to go with the cheap version. But it's got everything I want. Primarily that it's not huge. A lot of pro gaming mice are enormous, and I really don't like them. I've been using a not cheap but not expensive laptop mouse for quite a while. He's got a hell of a ling count going on here, and you can see it in his deficit of drones. So here come 16 lings against my 2. I have 22 drones to his 15. I am building 2 banelings and more drones, and then of course queens. This music sounds so laughably appropriate right now. I like that he's got a new skin on his Zerglings too. I can't wait to be unlocking some stuff like that. He's got special Overlords, he's got special Zergling skins. Here we go. Oh my god. The banelings, they want to go off. They're so close to going off. God, they're getting all jubbly and the tunnely. They want it. Oh, one Zergling. Is he going to deny a baneling? He could pretty quick and easily. It looks like, oh, a baneling did get blown up on one Zergling. That's not ideal, but I still have one baneling. All of his Zerglings are afraid of my one baneling, and rightly so. Let's take the Zergling into the Zergling pit of death. In between those mineral lines, those two queens will dispatch single numbers very quickly. Oh, the baneling. He wants action. You can feel it. Ooh, that wasn't a terrible bust. Oh, but the timing with my ling speed. Now, his Zerglings may look a lot more impressive than mine, but statistically, they are equal. At least when they're equal in number, and right now they're not. I've got the number, so he's got the runs. And no, I don't mean he's going to be spending some time in the bathroom. I mean he has to retreat. Although he's forming up, and he has plenty of Zerglings. Definitely going to have to back off, and I see it immediately when I back off. Good deal. Now let's take stock of things. Back to the unit count, 28 drones to 18. I have a 10 drone lead on him. This is enormous. And it looks like the ling count, I mean, it's in his favor, but not hugely so, especially since I'm getting some banelings. He does have a baneling nest, so he could do the same. He could respond similarly. Oh, and he is. So we've got 5 banelings morphing in. I am pulling the lair up. Getting some gas out, too. A couple of these gas are early. Notice I'm not taking all my gas. I'm not taking this 4th one up here. It looks like I do want to do something pretty gas intensive, but given my low drone count, I'm going to be a little bit reserved. Oh, here we go. Okay, the counts say my 4 banelings and 15 lings to his 22 lings and 5 banelings. We've already gotten a couple detonations. Oh, a lot of lings went down there. I got a good baneling hit. Oh my god, but he got 2 amazing baneling hits directly into the center of my mineral line and those drones. Oh, those drones. Wow, that is what he needed to pull even. We are now looking 24 to 26. His early aggression, you know, it's tough to say that that paid off. I would say that I'm still staying just a couple drones ahead of him. I would say that we're mostly even. A matter of fact, our lair timings are even similar. He's just behind me. I am getting the Roach Warren up and an evolution chamber at the exact same time. Most of the time you'll see me go the evolution chamber way early, like around the exact same time as the lair, and I'll start a +1 ranged upgrade, and then I'll time the Roach Warren up to finish with the lair most of the time, just because you don't really need the Roach Warren this quick, especially since if he continues to do ling aggression, I have to continue to defend using Zergling Baneling. If I get out 6 roaches, I'll die to Zerglings. You need like huge numbers of roaches to be able to defend against Zerglings, because you need enough that you can block spots like this off, or that you can just, you know, sit in your own mineral line and ice him. And you really don't want to do that when banelings are in play, because if the banelings blow up on the roaches in your mineral line, they're also blowing up on drones. Nasty thing to have stuff blowing up on. It looks like I saturated. I'm a little surprised that all of my gas is saturated. This base altogether has really good saturation, gas and minerals. Oh man, I'm just gonna sacrifice those 4 Zerglings. Oh, we need 2 of these to not get in. Oh, a little bit of mismicro there. I had 2 banelings sitting in the mineral line. Both of them died to kill their 2 banelings. I really only needed to kill one of those 2 banelings. So I could have pulled one of those banelings back and saved one, but it's not a huge inefficiency. It's a pretty minor thing. Spire! Wow! Wow, Spire! Holy crap, given how aggressive this game has been, this is a Spire rush. This is roughly the timing, maybe a little faster than this, but a little bit faster than this is the timing you would get a Spire if there had been no aggression. If you were going like 2 base against a Terran and you had only made 4 Zerglings the whole game, that's not the case here. He's going Spire fast. And that's a heck of a tech investment, specifically the gas that he's mining. He is committed to gas really early, and you see that he's got good mineral saturation down there, but he's just getting to good mineral saturation up here. And I guess I'm doing kind of the opposite. I'm doing kind of a weird play too. So I've gotten the Roach Horn. I'm getting roach speed. I've gotten the Hydralisk in. It doesn't look like I'm investing really into Hydras. I think that Hydralisk in was probably early. I didn't need this yet. But it looks like I haven't been investing in drones at all. I've been going, and here comes a wave of drones. I've been going heavy on the roaches for this +1 damage and roach speed timing. It looks like I'm going to try to get in prior the Mutatech, and I've seen it. I didn't see the Zergling that ran in here, but I did see the Spire with a Zergling. And seeing it finished especially, that is terrible. I'm trying to pull my Overlords out of the key places on the map so that I don't lose too many. But his Mutalisks are on the map, and this timing of mine that I've invested a lot into is not going to pan out. If I do this timing now, oh, actually, you know what? I'm adding Hydralisks to it right fast. Like, my drone count is getting respectable, although he's got the lead on me now. Investing into this ground timing is actually a really dangerous move. It let him take the lead, and I still don't think I have enough Hydras to make this push work. Looks like I'm going to take out an Overlord. That's awesome. It does supply cap him. I wonder if I can get another. Oh, he was wanting to be aggressive. He was heading along the south side of the map, and upon seeing this push, he's got to come back. So I don't have what it takes to defend these Mutalisks right now, but it looks like I may have what it takes to occupy them. I'm moving in. I do not know about this Mutalisk threat yet. Now I know about it, and now I know I've got to go home. I have no choice. I cannot fight this Mutalisk clump. I could push in here and do a lot of damage. It would take his Mutalisks a long time to deal with all of these roaches, but I would also be committing all of these roaches and I would lose them. Whereas if I can retain this and maybe just couple it with what I need to be able to take out the Mutalisks, then I can instead get a nasty little push going on. Oh, and it looks like I was going to try to be tricky. Sent just a few roaches up north, thinking I was going to go around his pack of mutas. And he sent his mutas up north just to make sure that doesn't happen. Energy getting a little high. Come on, those larva injects. I'm getting the spore crawlers up. It's a good response. Given the size of clump that these Mutalisks are building up to. Oh yeah, he's over 16. That's 17 Mutalisks. That could really wipe out. I need infestors. It looks like I'm going heavy on the Hydras. Oh, and I'm getting aggressive again. I did go heavy on the Hydras. I actually have fewer Hydras than he has mutas. Hydras deal really great with mutas in a direct engagement, though. This is going to be close. Banelings deal really well with Hydras in a direct engagement. However, roaches deal really well with Zerglings and Banelings. And Hydras even are not bad against Zerglings, just the amount of damage they do. I kind of like my spread here. This is so dangerous. If he takes out my Hydras, I cannot fight these Mutalisks. I'm going in for it. Oh, and he's wrapping around the perfect part of my army. Banelings got into just the right juicy Hydralisk bits. And there the Hydras are. They are wiped out. This push is doomed to fail. Trying to back out instantly, but I did not get very much damage on his Mutalisks. It looks like I killed about 3 of them. He's left over with 14. He is building 7 additional Mutalisks right now. His clump is about to become huge. Somehow I've eked out a little bit of a worker advantage here, and I've only got 5 Hydralisks. Oh man, this Mutalisk clump. If he's instantly aggressive with this, this can pick off a spore crawler or 2 and move right into a base. It doesn't really look like he's looking for the long haul. He does get a 3rd base, but he's not getting upgrades for anything, ground or air upgrades. I think I do already have +2 range damage. That is huge for Hydralisk versus Muta battles. And I'm already getting the 1 armor. The 1 armor will make the Hydralisk glaives do nothing. A matter of fact, they already do nothing to roaches with their 1 armor. But the Hydralisk having 0, that upgrade will make the bounces also not affect them. I don't know if any of those upgrades affect how many Banelings it takes to take out a Hydralisk. I think it takes 3. Yeah, and it's 90, so no upgrades would affect that. No armor upgrades anyway. And I think it's just far enough away that you probably couldn't get Baneling upgrades to make it 2. He's engaging pretty well, but he's taking damage on the Mutalisks. Here come the Banelings! Oh, and he gets right back to my Hydralisk pack! That was a perfect... Oh, but some spawns. Back and forth. He got the Banelings in there really nice. Thinned out my Hydralisk numbers, but it looks like I'm producing strictly Hydralisk right now. And he's accounting for that well. Those Baneling numbers, ooh, a run by. Oh, this is doomed. He's got 2 spine crawlers. Those aren't in the best of position. But I'm not going to get anything done with these Zerglings. Becomes a little bit of a scout. I know now that he has a 3rd base up and that there's some defense there. Even the music knows. There's a base drop about to happen. There's an army poached. Waiting to move in. It looks like I've spread some. I like this. Yeah, I've actually spread a lot, and I really like that. This is going to reduce the effectiveness of his Banelings. I'd kind of like to see... I don't know. I guess Hydra's more individually spread. Up near the front. Excuse me. Had a bit of a frog in my throat. Anyway, as I was saying, the baneling numbers that he's getting. It's going to be really nice against these Hydralisks. My spreading, I would love to see individual Hydras spread out. It would make the banelings even less effective. Let's see what I can do here. I'm doing a little bit of micro. Oh, that looks like it caused a lot of the banelings to wreck into roach numbers. I'm going to have to see. After that battle, oh, I have still lost more than he has, but at the same time, I've been maintaining a supply lead this entire match, and he knows that this clump of mutas is still king right now. It's still just too many mutas, even without upgrades. My god, though. Those 2 damage upgraded Hydras, they just tear into the mutas. It's so nasty. They're so dangerous. Mutas can't hang, but this leaves me open in a couple ways, and it looks like I know this. I'm investing in defenses in the right places. Not that this can straight defend, say, a force like this, but it can occupy it, especially if I've got a good enough reaction to whip the drones out. He gathers once again. It looks like he's doing some scouting, checking the map. He's trying to clear out overlords and make sure I don't have any hidden bases. He is taking another base himself, and he's taking a little bit of time to drone up here and there. Adding to this muta clump, he's going deep on the mutas. He wants nothing but mutalisk air dominance. And he's got it. He's had it all game long. Oh, this hurts. I don't see it coming. You can tell by my positioning on the mini-map. I don't see it coming at all. The drones are going to try to get out of there. And I may not totally lose my army here. Oh, that's a lot of Hydralisks, but that's a lot of banelings. Oof! I still have a decent number. God, he's got so many mutalisks. He's going to chase down the roaches a bit. It's going to let me pick off a few mutalisks on the back end, though. Those Hydras really do an awesome job against those mutas. God, I love seeing his numbers thin. We're going to check it again. Yeah, he's pulled even with me on the overall resources lost. Taking out a couple of those mutas there were really costly trades, although he did take my 4th out, and he has 1 finished. So if he were able to saturate them, that would give him an economic edge. As you can see right now by the drone count, it's still in my court by about 4. Oh, and what is this? Are those 4? I can see them sitting still right there. I don't know. I see at least 3 sitting still right there. That is an atrocity. There's a button for that. I'm totally ignoring it. Somehow he's taken the food lead for the first time. We see that, oh, especially in the gas. He's hugely in the lead on gas, but even a little bit on minerals. Right as he goes to duck down to the main, it looks like I'm ready to move out. This is almost purely a Hydralisk force. If he had banelings, it'd be really nasty, but it looks like I just caught him when he was trying to morph them. He's got no more Zerglings at home. He's not morphing any banelings. This is a really big force. He's going for the counterattack, and here it waltzes into my main. Now, I have put up spore crawlers all over town, but like I said, army of mutalisks. He's got enough to crush, and he's going to do just that. It looks like my pathogen glands is finished. I wonder if I'll be on my timing. As a matter of fact, about 30 seconds ago, when that upgrade was halfway done, would have been on my timing. Oh, I've got the gas for it, too. If I just get mutalisks in, this is going to be very nasty. He can't deal with the Hydralisks, and I've even split them up to make sure that I can base race with my ground army a little bit more effectively. I know he's got the movement speed, and it looks like he knows he's got the movement speed. He's going to abandon the base race and try to defend his bases. Having taken out, actually he didn't take out the lair, did he? He just took out the saturation in my main, and that's not all that important. Oh, here comes the engagement. The Hydras are actually falling fast, but more reinforced from the north. His mutalisks are getting disjointed. He just doesn't quite have enough. Oh my god, that's still close. That's like even numbers of Hydralisks and mutas. The Hydras are just barely winning out. And the GG is called! Another Zerg versus Zerg. In the bucket. There you have it. Placement match number 4. Doesn't look like, you know what, this is not showing me my overall performance. I'm watching this from replay, and I'm looking at this score screen from my game history. It's not showing me the experience I got in that match. Wow, this score screen is kind of gimped whenever you're looking at it after the fact. I really just want to see graphs. This is kind of, I got that advantage early. I had a 10 drone lead on him in the beginning of that game. Me doing this investment in my army value, though, you'll see my army comes out a little bit earlier than his. This was really not good, especially since he waited, did drones all the way through here, invested in an army later, and then still, with his army investment coming out at just the right time, denied my attack. So, right when I was trying to push with those roaches, his mutas came out in force enough to totally shut it down. And look at this! I had a smaller army than him throughout the entire rest of the game, but I just had the right counter against him in the right place. I think he should have done a lot more jumping to the main and natural with the mutalisks. He should have tried to pull my hydras out of position a lot more. And with the number of mutas he had, it would have been really easy to take out a couple of those spore crawlers. Later on in the game when it happened, he didn't even focus the spore crawlers. They just went down. I don't think he even lost a muta. Upgrade spending, I commented on that. I was ahead in all departments on the upgrades. Resource collection, that's similar to workers active. I might even argue that resource collection is a little bit more of an accurate one to look at, because if harassment's happening, you'll have a lot of time spent with workers off the line. You can have more workers than a player, and then you could come in here and see that the resource collection was actually lower. So this is probably the better tab to look at of those two. Anyway, let me stop babbling. Thank you all for watching. Please stay tuned for my 5th and final placement match. We'll see where I am destined to be.